Charles trotted down the lane as fast as she could in boots that were too big for her feet. They were Roland's old boots, but they kept out water better than her own, so she always wore them when doing chores. It wasn't as if her brother needed them anymore. Her breath streamed out in a white mist as she hurried down the path, the chill air of an autumn morning making her nose run. But the sky was bright and clear, a glorious blue setting off the brilliant yellow leaves overhead, promising a warm afternoon. As Praxton's farm came into view, Charles hoped he hadn't already left for the day. He'd been clearing timber on the mountain all week with his new team of mules, and if Charles was too late, she'd have to wait another day to ask for his help. To her relief, she spotted a figure in the tall grass down by the river as she emerged from the forest path. She veered off in that direction, slowing to a walk and wiping her nose on her sleeve. Praxton was cutting the grass with a long scythe, making wide, sweeping motions that looked effortless. Charles knew better. Whenever Charles cut the grass in the pasture, now that she no longer had any goats to keep it down, her shoulders ached for days. Praxton's back was to her, so she gave him a wide berth as she approached. When she came round into his view, he stopped and looked up. Steam rose from his warm body in the early morning air, and Charles told herself she only casually noticed that although he wore no jacket against the chill, his shirt clung to his back with sweat. Surely the fluttering in her middle was from nothing more than her brisk walk. "Morning, Charles. What brings you out here so early?" He leaned on the scythe and brushed his straw-colored hair off his forehead. "Stella is broody." "Again?" Charles nodded. Prax frowned. "I thought her breed wasn't supposed to." "I thought so too." Charles raised her hand to her eyes to shade them from the sun. It was just rising over the tops of the fir trees, blazing gold over the grass, which lay long and dry from late summer heat. "Roland said she'd never been broody for him, but this is twice now this year." Praxton looked over the unfinished field. "It doesn't have to be today," Charles said apologetically. "Whenever you think you can spare the time. I wouldn't even ask if she didn't have such wicked talons." Prax glanced at her forehead, looking at the pink scar that rested above her right eye. "How much longer are you going to try and run that place on your own, Charles? When do you decide it's too much?" Charles pressed her lips together. "Roland practically took care of things by himself after our parents died, before I had learned enough to be of any use. If he can do it, so can I."